Check out another great Knight Renegade upgrade set.
Spiky bits.
Welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. I'm Baer from SpikyBits.com, and today I'm going to show you the Knight upgrade set. This is Skull Blood Armor upgrade kit for Knight Titans, so you can upgrade your Renegade Knight Titan. It'll save you some time doing a bunch of custom conversion work, or perhaps just get you to the point where you can do a little bit of customizing on it and still have some time to paint it up in hobby on it. So let's take a closer look over at the paint table and the kit. So like I showed you in the last video, I really like the packaging altogether on these kits here because they come in a nice little foam box here that really protects them both from shipping and also, you know, till you actually have a chance to hobby on them. And when it comes to something like this with all of those, dare I say, spiky bits, you definitely want to keep this in the box till it's absolutely time to get this bad boy out and assembled. So here's all the parts laid out, and as you can tell, it probably has the highest part count of any of the Knight kits out there that I've reviewed thus far. That Legio Models has sent us for promotion, and I mean, it is very ambitious, but it's also probably one of their most detailed. I mean, when you start looking at all of the design in here, like all the dappling and everything of the bone texture in between the actual bones, the curvature of all these bony spines and things and ridges. You will have to do a little bit of trimming. There's a little bit of mold lines, not too bad. Where are they? Maybe it's this one that you can see them. There's one of these that I was like, oh crap, but somewhere along on these ridges, you're gonna have to, oh, here it is. You're gonna have to do, well, you could just leave it on the bottom because that's technically the bottom. You might not even have to worry about it, to be quite honest. I probably wouldn't worry about it if it was me, to be perfectly honest right there, but definitely on this one, there's a little bit of lines down the center there. Now, this looks like it was jacked up, but it actually wasn't. It's just actually, it might have got dinged right there, but that's okay. That's just battle damage. But for the most part, it comes just fine, you know, from overseas and everything. And it's got all of the actual areas to interface with the Knight, which I'm going to show you here in a second. This one's very well detailed. Got a pool of blood back here. Check that out. Pretty cool. Little vats of blood and things. And then you got the spot to put your magnets for your top dorsal mounted weaponry right there, and then a little hatchway that's it's got some possessed. That reminds me of what was it, the Thing from was it Stephen King? I don't even remember now, but the Thing movie, that definitely reminds me of that right there. So lots and lots of parts. Got a cage, got the rapid fire battle cannon, got the thermal cannon, got the front leg armors, the under armor, thigh armor, two different head options right here. All very well detailed. I'm going to show you how it sizes up and fits together. And there's a lot of little miscellaneous horns and things that you're going to have to shave down and put on here. I sized a lot of them up already, and they look like they fit in just fine. But just be aware with this particular kit, you are going to have to do a little bit more hobby work on this one, just because of the fact that it has so many more pieces, but it's definitely more detailed, and I'm liking it so far for sure. Okay, so the obligatory carapace armor shot right there, you can see, again, very well detailed, very cool looking. Got that whole like Thing inspired hatch right there. I love it. Pool of blood on the back, but it locks right in very securely. You don't have to worry about reheating it, at least this piece right here, and I feel pretty confident with that. Now when we start slapping on the shoulder pads right here, they lock in very good. Obviously, you know, you always need to glue these or use a little blue tack in between. But yeah, these look very cool. I like the skulls in the front. Now they have little dangles, little chain dangles and things that you can attach on there based on the positioning of your models, but that's all part of that little pile that I showed you there earlier when we did the kind of parts unboxed right there and showing you. Now there is an armor piece here. I don't have it because I'm painting it separately already right now, so just be aware that there's a little armor piece that kind of juts out. But when it comes to the face, they have this one, which is very cool looking and very corny, and it's gonna, you know, you don't put on that face piece right there where the little split is, that actually attaches there. And there's this demon one too. It's kind of like a Lucifer kind of bloodthirster kind of demon with side horns, which we don't have attached, but they're kind of like a double horn type deal. You can kind of see right there. So they're very cool looking. Like I said, I haven't assembled one of these yet because I'm still deciding. I'm currently accepting interviews for which one of these is going to be my Knight Renegade model. Don't know which one quite yet, but either way, I'm going to have to kind of tear one of these assemblies apart because I wasn't aware of all the way the upgrades kind of went with this thing. So it's not that much work. So if you have here's the ion, by the way. So here's the ion shield, and it looks like it'll slot right in like the last one we showed you. So if you have one of these and you need to kind of split it apart, well, it shouldn't be that big of a deal, to be quite honest, once you kind of look at it and figure out what part goes where. As far as the armor, as long as you don't glue down the armor and you kind of have it prepped for airbrush work, I think you'll be fine. So here's the thigh plates, which really continue that kind of bone look. You've got the under armor right here, which always goes on the wrong way, at least to me, but it goes on right as soon as you attach it. So there's that. And then you've got the shoulder, or the kneecap plate, which has its own little horns that are going to stick off too. And then now these are kind of interesting. Wait, are they both the same? Where's the other one? I don't know. I'm losing parts. That's okay though. So this is going to lock in just like we saw, but they actually go into the eyeball, which is kind of crazy when you start thinking about it. So once it locks in, it actually goes into the eyeball, which is kind of creepy, but I mean, it is chaos, and they both have those horns on it. But I think they sell positioned legs now, so you can do different positions and not be locked into the same one. So in theory, if you bend it and have it up, it wouldn't do that, and it would still look striking and good and everything like that. But this one's just kind of cool that it literally is like some sort of crazy, I guess you could slide it up a little bit, but I kind of like the horns being in the eyeballs. Just vicious, just dirty and vicious. And then you've got the cage, which goes right here, and probably have to just heat it up a little bit and spread out those chains to get it to fit. But it's an interesting accessory, and it's design and positioning on this model. But you throw a little skeleton in there, should have looked just fine. Nobody will give it a second look, I assure you. No, it's just us here. Let me tell you. So that's all of the normal armor stuff. Let me slide all this off. Now, as far as weapons go, I think, and I may be misspeaking here, and I apologize if I am, but one of my biggest gripes with the last, or constructive criticism, not really gripe because I mean this thing's gorgeous, was the lack of Reaper the Gatler kind of plating. And I think you see this Gatler right here has 4 supports around the armor plate. Again, if I decide to use this, I'm going to have to bust this off very carefully to get in there because I didn't magnetize that. But this one right here, I believe, is for the Gatler because the way it's designed, it has the 4 supports on the back, and the battle cannon actually has the 3. So I think that is designed to go right there, and it locks together pretty well. You might have to do a little bit of trimming, and then you put the extra horn stack, which goes right here. And I'm pretty sure that is the Reaper or the Gatler because fat part at bottom. There it is. Okay, well, again, I'm having a hard time because it's not glued together. I just don't know which one to assemble quite yet. So this Gatler piece right here is actually 3 nubs on it, so I know that goes right there right now. So they did a little different. And then you've got this one that goes for the thermal cannon. Now you're gonna have to be careful with your positioning of these pistons because it kind of overlaps a little bit, but I'm personally okay with that just because it's so gorgeous. And check out these horns. These horns are spectacular. Look at these things. These are probably my favorite add-on out of all these kits so far. This thing just gets ginormous and vicious. It's got this little jaw that goes on the front, just like this. And that's actually gonna hold, it's designed to stick over, it looks like, the thermal cannon wire at the bottom right there. So check that out. So it's almost 100%. Maybe it's not that one. There's 2 jaws here. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. Actually, that might be the same. Maybe misspeaking again. But either way, okay, there it is. Yep, that one fits a little bit better. Just a smidge better. So there it is. Just looks ridiculous. I love this thing right here. Completely, totally, utterly dope. So normally it goes on like that, and then this locks into here, of course. But like I said, There's a little bit of overlap right there with those pistons. I don't know if that was by design or accidental. Either way, clipping the pistons off, not a big deal. It's chaos, who cares, right? So I feel like nitpicking that, it's kind of pointless when, again, it's chaos. So overall, I think, I mean, just the look of this is just quite spectacular. There's other items over there on Legio Models Facebook group, and we'll link that in the comments here. Like, you can get walking legs. They have new power gauntlets, armored gauntlets, whatever you call it, from them. They have all sorts of extra accessories over there. Eventually, I got 2 more kits to review. I'm gonna work one of these up. We're gonna paint it live on stream. I don't know which one yet. I kind of like this one, but it's not my favorite quite yet. I'm definitely leaning more towards the Nurgle one right now, the Rotten Armor kit. So again, this was the Skull Blood Armor Upgrade Kit from Legio Models Facebook group. Tons of great hobbyists over there, so make sure you check them out. And they will also, I think they have a sticky post on how you can order your upgrade kit. They run for $75 or $85 US with shipping included, I believe. So click on the link, go check them out. And before you do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can be the very first to like and comment on all these videos. Again, I'm Baer, and thanks for watching.